Good morning, everybody. I don't even know where to start. I'm not used to filming myself. I guess I'll just start introducing. My name's Brandon, and I guess the purpose of this is, I guess, kind of just document how. I don't know how the outcome's going to be because it's life, but I guess just real life and how things can change. Well, everybody knows that. Anyway, I guess my story is I'm a veteran, a disabled veteran. Didn't serve as long as I wanted to, but injuries had part of that, and mental health and the struggle with that, not feeling like I was worthy of even going to the VA because I didn't complete the contract. I didn't go through some of the things that some of my friends and people I've served with that went through. Um, but it's everybody struggles with things. Anyway, I've been homeless for a while. Um, I had an injury that flared back up, or that happened that prevented me from working. I've had three surgeries on my shoulder. It's never going back to being exactly the way it was. I can't go back to doing what I was doing before. I just can't lift a weight. I can't do it. I've tried. So I've been trying to find other work. But, you know, being 40, well, close to 40 at the time. I'm over 40 now, but when it started, being close to 40, it was not as easy finding work as I thought it would be. Um, Either I was too old for some of the places, try to go fast food and all that, and you're overqualified, you're too old, and I can kind of see their point. Maybe they think that you're not as trainable, or you're older, so you're not going to take coaching as easy. Who knows the reasoning? Um, but it was just hard to find work. I tried to go to do office work, and again, there, being a man, this time, not being too old, but kind of worked against me because they looked like, it was just it's just been harder than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be really easy finding a job. I've never really had a problem finding work before. I've never really been out of work that long. It usually at work is usually the way it'd work for me is I'd work, and while I still had a job, I'd find another job, and then it wasn't really like there was time in between. Usually having a job would lead to another job. Someone quit, or someone move on, and they'd reach out to me and say, "Hey, this job's," it just a lot of people have had that same experience, I'm sure. But when I got hurt, it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. One, I just work all gung ho, or however you put it, for the company. It made me feel great, like I was a great worker. But when I got hurt and they quit talking to me, and I was told they already had my job filled, within 2 weeks, it made me realize, it just what would I get out of the whole thing? I feel good. I can pat myself on the back for being a great worker, but you know, I don't have the millions like the company owner or the supervisors, all their money and vacation. So, and then how hard it was to find work. Um, I wanted to go back to school. I attempted that, but with everything going on, it didn't work out. Obviously, because I ended up losing where I was staying and going homeless. Um, that caused a lot of mental health struggles to come back. Um, you know, can't say I really relapsed because substance abuse hasn't really been much of an issue, but I can't really lie there either. Start drinking again and doing things to try to numb the pain. And it was over a year I was on the street, and really had no hope. Was planning on killing myself again. Actually attempted it. It didn't work. And then someone from this church, really nice people, just for no reason I could really think of, started helping. And one of them was a veteran himself, and he took me down to the VA, started talking, and they got me into this program here. It's transitional housing, but it offers all kinds of other help. Mental wise, helps you to get through some things that maybe you haven't really processed. And when you don't have work to go to, I'm sure other men know this. When you don't have work to go to every day, 12-hour shifts, something to keep your mind occupied. And in that little time you have off, it's hard. You're just really kind of focused on things you're doing in your personal life to catch up, things around the house. But when I wasn't working, I didn't have that something to occupy my mind. So there's a lot of things I didn't deal with, didn't want to deal with, didn't process, that you have no choice but I guess confront, because you have all that empty time. With surgeries and physical therapy, you really have nowhere to hide from it. Anyway, they got me into this program here. It's transitional housing through the VA, and they help get you appointments and all. And I just recently got my first 10% rating, which helps, with my service connection. I got healthcare now. I'm going to put in for the rest of my claims. See how that goes. But now that I'm trying to get in a little stable foot, I guess I'm going to just document and see where it goes. I'm going to try to get back into school, try to retrain to get something I can do. Some kind of certificate, if it's going back to school for a trade, something I can do without relying on the physical part of it that I can't do with my shoulder, which I'm right hand dominant, so that kind of. But I'm sure there's something out there. I mean, the world's going to tech anyway, so that's probably maybe a blessing in disguise. Something give me a reason to get out and have a whole new career or something, to learn something. I don't know what it is yet, but I just know that because these people at church have been praying, I do believe that God is real now. I don't know if everybody believes that. I kind of hope you would, but maybe you get to follow me on my journey, and we'll see how that goes. See what we learn. See how life progresses. Right now, they got me in like this little studio. But hey, it's better than outside, and it's better than a little car. You can't complain, even though some people do, which is crazy to me. I've also had other things that are blessings, I guess. I recently had a little stray cat have her kittens on my porch. She initially had 7 of them, and I'm sorry. She initially had 7 of them. I've adopted 4 of them out, which is an experience in itself. I've never had to deal with cats before. I got attached to them, and I love them. Well, I got 3 of them left, and probably keeping them since there's the 3 left. I plan on keeping 1 anyway, but the other 2 somehow just got left. Someone's supposed to pick one of them up and never showed, and then one lady come and got one, but then she had to return it and said, I guess her partner, she didn't check with them first, and said it's either she bring it back or they're going to have to, she's going to throw it out, so I couldn't have that happen. And then I got Mama Cat. She follows me around. She hides from everybody else. I don't know why she started following me. I don't know why she chose my porch to have her kittens, but it feels kind of like a blessing. I don't know, maybe it's a good thing. That's Mama Cat laying on my clothes. I'm trying to fold clothes, and she passed out on one shirt. That's Bats right there, Batman. It's the one boy that's left. He's 13 weeks, and he's still trying to sneak a nursing in. And that's the 2 little girls take over my bed. It's Ivy and Harley Quinn, passed out. So I guess they're on the journey too. I never had cats before. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a little, I guess, insight to what's going on. I don't even know what to call this yet. I guess it'll evolve as we go. Maybe it's not going to be that interesting. Maybe nobody even see this. Maybe it's just like my way to do a diary, since I have trouble writing in one every day. I try to, but I got ADD and all that, and it's just hard to keep track of some of it. There's a lot of things I guess we'll learn over time that I'm just not going to put out there yet. But anyway, hope you have a great day. It's a Tuesday here. I got some things I'm going to, instead of sleeping and laying in depression all day, I think I'm going into a little manic phase, which I love a lot more than depression. It's got to watch it. I don't do nothing to Well, doesn't seem stupid now, but I guess some people would call it that. But anyway, I got some stuff I want to clean, get up, and try to see about before I go to this PSO to finish my claim. And everybody have a great day. Bye.